Hey everyone, it's Rick Carson, and today I'm at Metric Halo in Safety Harbor, Florida. Just the most idealistic Florida community surrounded on three sides by Scientologists. Today, we're talking about microphones, and the microphone in particular that we're talking about is an interesting one, the MiLab VIP 60. And what's so interesting to me about this microphone is that it has a rectangular capsule. So Pearl microphones and slash MiLab microphones, really came on the spot in the 80s with their rectangular capsule design. And the original MiLab VIP 50 was utilized by some pretty heavy hitters, including, the late greats Bruce Swedien and Quincy Jones. Rest in peace. They utilized it on vocals, and we wanted to try it out on some other stuff. When we get a new microphone, one of the first places that we try it is drum overheads. We try it on acoustic guitars. We try it on electric guitars. We think that this gives us a lot of options to go through the sonic balance of the microphone and see what it brings to the table. Plus, we really have a vocal microphone that we utilize for the majority of our recordings, and we have a lot of other great options. So we're not looking for new vocal microphones in the same way that we are looking for other options for those sorts of things. So that's what we did. We tested the MiLab VIP 60 on mono drum overhead versus our choice microphone that we have up there right now, which is the Austrian Audio OC 818. We also tested the VIP 60 against our choice acoustic guitar microphone, which is the lowly blue baby bottle. I will say that I do believe that there's a special version of this microphone that should be sought out and not $100, but I won't tell you which one. It's a great microphone, and it brings a lot to the table in regards of what I love about both small and large diaphragm condenser microphones. And I'll touch on that in just a second. And the last thing that we compared it on was electric guitar, and we compared that against our condenser microphone of choice for electric guitar right now, which is also the Austrian Audio OC 818. And comparing it there was really something to talk about, in my opinion, and we'll get into that. So first, let's start with the mono drum overhead comparison. This is a great way to really capture what I would consider the overall flavor of the VIP 60. The microphone is not dark, but it's not bright by any means. It has a defined high end, but it doesn't have what I would consider, an aggressive high end or a sheeny high end. The high end is much more reminiscent of a ribbon microphone, something like a Coles 4038, and it's really great because it's a Coles 4038 that's not in figure 8. You don't have to worry about what's happening so much on the backside of this microphone the way that you do on that one, while still having what I would consider a lot of the characteristics of that microphone going on. And when you compare it to the 818 on mono drum overhead, you can hear that it just captures a darker version of the performance, where when you listen to it on acoustic guitar, it really changes the sound of the instrument completely, in my opinion. The blue does a really great job of recording what I would consider a pop acoustic guitar sound. It's got a rolled off low end, but the low end sounds big, like a large diaphragm condenser microphone, and then it's got a lot of top end that I think sounds nice like a small diaphragm condenser microphone. I also find that I don't have to really EQ that microphone a lot to make it sound like a pop sounding acoustic guitar. I can throw up a fader and it sounds nice and bright, and I like it. Where the VIP 60, on the other hand, is clearly going to be the right microphone for the right song. where if you're looking for a pop acoustic guitar, I would have to lay in pretty heavily on EQ to get what I wanted out of that microphone. Where if I was trying to capture performance where a singer-songwriter was going to be playing with their acoustic guitar by themselves, that microphone may be the right choice because I can dial in that high end how I want a little bit more and not just take what's given to me like I would have to with the Blue. And that I think is really great because the high end that it does capture is really nice and it does take EQ well. The last place that we compare this microphone would be on electric guitar, which we compared the VIP 60 versus the 818 once again. And the 818 in this position, I think, is the best spot for that microphone. I think that microphone was made for the electric guitar. I know that there's a few other people who share that sentiment, but what's interesting about the VIP 60 is that when I compare it on the drum overheads, it's a pretty massive difference in the high-end content that's captured by the microphones, but when I compare it on the electric guitar, where they're much closer to the actual source, the high-end that's captured is not so different, where I would say that these microphones are actually very, very similar to each other, just with a slightly different contour to how that high end sounds. I like the VIP 60 on electric guitar, and if you're looking for an interesting electric guitar sound, or if you are recording big heavy guitars and you would like a little bit darker of a microphone because you're capturing a brighter sound, I think that the VIP 60 is a really, really great choice. It's also a really great choice if you're just looking for something that is more like the sound of a Coles, but in a position that's going to give you a lot more control over the sound than what a Coles is going to do. I think that the VIP 60 is probably my favorite choice for a dark condenser ribbon-like microphone right now. So check it out, let me know what you think, and if you have any experience with the VIP 60 or the VIP 50 or any of the MiLab or Pearl or PML microphones, put them down in the comments below. I want to hear about them. Thanks.